You can go. Hmm? Um,
Sound good?
I'm checking right now because I got the notification on. Yeah, the sound is clear, man. The visual also clear. No lagging, nothing.
Okay. Alright, Shalom. It's GMS Health Holland with GMS Germany coming back to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Before we start off, we want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bashami Hoshai Bashim Kapidash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect out there. For spreading this word of sincerity and its truth all over the four corners of the earth. God. So, as you see the title, being drafted or going to war with the government. Okay, they have done an analysis concerning how many people are actually willing to be drafted, how many people would be totally against it, and the conclusion is being made that people would rather fight against the government. People would rather go to war against the government than to join the military, man. And what does this show you? This shows you that the people are really fed up with America, man. The people are really fed up with the system. Okay, and the article is concerning America that we are about to read, but the same thing goes for the people in Holland, man.
Yep.
Okay, the people in Holland were never with a draft, man. Also not back in the days. It was like fuck a draft, man. A lot of people was fighting it back in the days, and they went to jail, man. And that's the fucked up thing. Like if you are not cooperating, and if you're not willing to join the military when you are being drafted, you can go to jail, man.
Yep.
Okay, they can put you in jail because it says you are declining the. I'm trying to translate it from the Dutch. You declining the request for duty. Yeah, you declining the
Or,
request for duty,
or you resisted, right?
or you resist the request for duty or decline.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
which you're not allowed to decline, man. Okay, I also want you to look up draft, what it means. You know, because
Go on.
it's not a request; it's like a demand. The government demands you to join the military right now because of things going on in the world, man. You understand? If you look at Ukraine, you see motherfuckers that used to work in the bakery holding a gun right now, man. You understand? That's what happens in a time of war. And Esau is gathering his people and is already, warning his people like, listen, man, a draft is coming,
Go on.
because World War III is around the corner, and that's, these rumors about a draft have been around, man, but they are getting more serious. I believe they have
Yep.
even sent letters out here in Holland already, you know,
But
letters
yeah,
concerning the draft.
so like also in Germany, they're working on working currently on the drafting procedure, man. They want to invest like billions or millions of euros into first writing a letter to see who of the age group from 18 and up is willing to join willingly and have like they want to do. They're gonna go instantly into the draft, but the rest they're gonna see if they're fit and stuff like that. They're gonna want to invite people to go to get checked up for the draft and everything.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then here in Holland, they said like they was thinking about doing it from 17 till 28 or 17 till
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
But then they was like, no, maybe we should push it up to 32.
Mm.
So they really want everyone, man. You
Yeah.
know, they really want everyone.
Mm. Uh, exactly.
Basically, forsake
So,
everything and fight for your country. Which this is not your country. That's one. The government is not.
uh, okay. Yeah.
So go into that article, Baba Kashar, read a couple of things.
I also got the word draft for you.
Oh yeah, give me the word
Mm.
draft first.
Yeah, so I got it in the Google definition and in the Ethereum online. So draft in the Google definition it says a, a preliminary version of a piece of writing. It says a written order to pay a specified sum. That's the Google definition. But when you go into the Ethereum
Military
online, it
draft. You
says
gotta put military draft. Now you're looking
you
at the
want like that.
definition of the word. What does a military draft mean?
Or like that, Jimmy. Okay. It says from the Merriam-Webster, com, compulsory, what? Compulsory enrollment of persons, especially for military service. Draft. Um, yeah, I don't get anything else. Concerning the draft.
Yeah, go to Google, type in what is a military draft, and then it's gonna explain. Because if you go to a definition of the word, it's gonna just give you, you know, the dictionary answers. But we need to go a little bit more into, what the rules are concerning it. A dictionary is not gonna give you that.
Um, it says what does the military draft do? Because when I typed in what is a military draft, it came up with what does the military draft do? It says this selective service system is a contingency mechanism for the possibility that conscription becomes necessary. Registration with selective service may be required for various federal programs and benefits, including job training, federal employment, and neutralization. Um, yeah, that's basically what Google gives me, man.
Yeah, man. So
It
if there's
says,
something going on in the world and the government would benefit off of it, of a majority of people joining the military, you will be drafted. You will have to sign up and join the military, man. But like I said, man, people ain't down with that. So go to the article.
yeah. So, like, yeah. It says here, Paul, Americans are more likely to go to war with the government than submit to the draft. It says, in the national poll last month, Americans were asked if they believed a new civil war was likely to happen within their lifetime. It says the establishment media was shocked to report that 47% of the population said yes. It says those of us in the liberty media were not so surprised. I believe, according to the evidence, that we were already a short step away from civil war in 2021, 2022. Come on. Oh yeah, here. It says there were a lot of guys, millions, getting ready for the possibility of the Jews passports enforcement. Gun ownership in the US hit record highs during that time period, and conservative patriot groups saw a spike in public interest. As it turned out, yeah, I don't know if I can say that word. The theorists, but with the C.
The what?
The theorists, what they call us. Like when we come with
Oh
the
yeah, the
yeah
extremists.
yeah the extremists basically yeah. It says extremists were right all along. There there really was an organized agenda to eliminate constitutional protections. You know. So can we read it?
Yeah, keep reading.
Okay. It says if we had allowed the Jews passport policy to take hold, our liberties would have been officially erased forever. Economic freedoms would be abolished. Access to the jobs market, like to the jobs market and trade would be impossible for anyone refusing the Jews. Real-time tracking of the population along with social credit system would have become the norm using mandatory cell phone apps. After that, America would essentially turn into a Chinese style concentration camp. Uh,
Yeah,
it
man. So a
says,
lot of things, Esau is pushing a lot of things out there to become mandatory.
yeah,
Okay, you got a mandatory credit system, which we all know where that credit system is going to be stored at. It's going to be
yeah,
stored on the sea hip, which is prophesied in the scriptures, to be implanted under the skin. You
yeah.
understand? I don't know if there's more to that article because now it's more talking about the Jews and taking the Jews or not. But jump to the point where it speaks about that people rather fight against the government than to join the military.
Wait, this is it's not the part. Critics
Because it
overrating.
said like some 40 some
Yeah, that's
percent
not the beginning.
they would
Yeah,
join, but guess what about the rest? They wouldn't
yeah.
they would be against it, man. Okay, so
No, no,
that
they
is
said.
sedition among men, like the scriptures is talking about. Sedition among men is gonna be formed through many things, man. Not only
Mhm.
because of the MOTB, but also for things like this, like the draft. Okay,
Yeah,
if mass amounts of people are being drafted, then guess what? If they all stand up and say the fuck no, we ain't joining the military, that's already your
uh,
rise against the government, man. Okay, now a lot of unrighteous decrees are being pushed, and we're already being pushed during the time of the C19 or the Windows 19, and people was already getting fed up, man. You had mass riots in Rotterdam, Amsterdam, you know, had mass riots, man. People breaking down stores, burning cars and shit like that because they was fed up with those C-hip rules, man. Not C-hip rules. I mean Beetlejuice rules, man. C19 rules. Okay, there was a curfew out there. People were not allowed to go into the streets. Okay, if you wanted to go to your job after, I think the curfew was after 9. If you wanted to go to your
mhm.
job after 9, then you needed to have a special permit, a paper whereon it says this, that, and the third. You going to work. Then there was basically the borders to Germany and Holland were closed.
Yeah,
Okay, the borders were closed, so all those type of things are reasons for people to flip the fuck out, man. Also, the draft, being forcefully drafted into the military, people are not gonna be down with it, man. Hey, Akas, if that article doesn't really say beneficial things, then fuck it, because
yeah,
we
yeah,
know we know
yeah,
this plays a big part in
yeah,
what's going on, man.
yeah. Yeah, no,
What's
but
going to happen.
yeah. No, I was just reading a bit because they're also speaking about how the people are free-minded. Because at the beginning of the article, it spoke about like 47% of the population believe that they're going to be a civil war. This is the point. So they're going to fight against the government because they're going to come with all these treaties and all these legislations and laws to force them into service and to into servitude. to take away your freedom. This is why they're going to rebel against them. And
Yep.
also, when you jump down, it said this. Um, Give me one second. This is at another part of the article. Yeah, here. It said recent surveys show that around 30% of all adult Americans are now preppers. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, reported a 50% increase from the 2017 to 2020 in people capable of up to 30 days or more of self-reliance. That's a huge concentration of liberty-minded people, tens of millions, along with 50 plus million gun owners in the US. It's the largest army in the world by far. You
Yeah.
see that?
Speak on it. I cannot
See,
hear you
so
so good, so you gotta
yeah,
speak
come.
up.
Yeah, so because it spoke there about how more and more people getting that free mind are preppers, basically taking care of themselves that they can live without the government. Because when you look at the people, they're all relying of the government. If the grocery shop would not get the delivery in the neighborhood, that would be fucked. So more and more people are working towards basically self-sufficiency and what is it, relying on themselves. And then it said also along with 50 plus million gun owners in the US. And why do you think they are gun owners? To defend themselves. If something happens that they don't like, then they can fight against them. So if the military want to roll up and don't want to take them for the military, for basically being gunpowder, take them into service, they're going to fight against the government. That's what they're
Yeah.
going to do. That's why they got the guns, you
Yeah.
know?
That's it. And basically, back in the days, it also happened, man.
Yeah.
The southern part of America wasn't down with the rules that came from the north. Basically,
Hmm.
that came from the ruling area of America. And guess
Yeah.
what? There came a civil war
Yeah.
because the people was not down, man. They said, "Fuck that,"
Exactly.
and they went to war. And then you had the South going to war with the North of America, okay, which was the Civil War. So
Yeah.
civil war is gonna break out again, man, and that's gonna cause martial law to pop off,
Yeah.
okay? Because there are many places out in the world where you're not even allowed to have guns, but in America you're allowed to have guns, okay?
Yeah.
Which they was also busy with scrapping that rule,
That's
taking the
right.
guns away. In America, here in Holland, for example, you're not allowed to have a gun, man, if you don't have a gun permit. Why
Yeah.
would you
Same
have
thing
a
over
gun
here.
permit? You're either military, you're either police, or you go to a gun range.
Yeah. Exactly.
Only then you are allowed to have a gun with a permit. But people
Yeah.
don't have guns regularly here in the country, man. You
Yeah.
know, neither in Germany,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. I think, yeah, in Germany it's the same thing. And I think if you're like in a hunting party, like if you're in a hunting party,
Yeah,
you go out to hunt, then you can also get a permit for certain rifles or something, and then you can go. This is the only other thing, but it's the same thing as in Holland, I believe. Yeah,
exactly. So you know, ain't
yeah,
much that they can do, man. But at the end of the day,
no,
people are in a massive like how you say that, the people are in more numbers than the government.
yeah,
And on top of that, you got the police force over here constantly striking because of the hours. They don't get paid enough, which is
exactly.
only going to get worse because the
Yeah,
government is not able to do anything about it and it's not
mhm,
changing anything about it. And the workload is only going to get more seeing the times is moving, man.
yeah,
Okay,
and
so yeah, let's grab the scripture because
yeah,
um, the
I got
Ezra
scripture.
and say what you want to say.
Yeah, because also in Germany, what you see over the last few months or weeks is more stabbings and more actual here in Germany. Guns are out here on the illegal basis. Yes. And I also saw an article like a man killed his whole family with a gun and stuff like that. But there was one major incident like from in the city. I don't know if you know it Mannheim. You know
Huh?
Mannheim? You know Mannheim, the city?
Mannheim.
Yeah, the city here in Germany.
I know the name, but I don't know where the hell
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, but there was an incident that there was a guy that was protesting against Islam, and then a Syrian guy came and stabbed the guy. A police officer came in the midst of them, and the police officer got stabbed and he died. But the point of the whole story is that the police force were not ready for this incident. You understand? They were not ready. They were in shock. There were females there. They were just screaming instead of pulling the gun and shooting the guy. They were just screaming, standing there. Drop the knife! Drop the knife! So it shows you that they have to come with the military forces to fight against the people because the
Yep.
normal police force is not ready for that.
They ain't ready. They ain't
Yeah,
trained. They ain't ready. They
yeah,
are not experienced like that, and they are short on staff. So
yeah,
they're gonna enroll they're gonna enroll the military forces, which
yeah,
military forces are not allowed to act in their own country, which is
yeah,
also a strange thing, right? The
yeah.
military force of the country is not allowed to do work inside of the country. They
Strange
only
thing.
allowed to go to war in other countries. Like what the fuck? He ain't
Yeah,
got nothing to do over there, man.
yeah.
But that's what you are allowed to do. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? In order to allow military forces of a country to fight in their own country, they have to be under martial law, which is
Yeah.
gonna cancel out the regular laws and bring in the new laws.
Go on.
Okay?
Tell me. I got the second Ezra.
Yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell there, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Yeah, man. That is that rebellion. That is that sedition. That is also gonna talk about, rising up against the government, man, picking up arms and being like, "Fuck you, man. We ain't
Yeah,
going we ain't gonna live by your rule no more." So now you have one group of people, and this article shows you that America is constantly checking out what the mindset of the people is.
yeah. Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
That's what they always do with everything, man. They they cause a problem, they look for the reaction, and they come with the solution. They are constantly checking, like, okay, where are they at right now with their mind? Or how
Yeah,
far are they now? How many people are activists? How many people are rebels? How many people are, so-called woke? That's what they're concerned about, man. Because
go on.
Esau is a controlling nation. He wants to have everything under control. Meanwhile, every fucking thing that is out there in this kingdom is out of control, man. And it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
become more out of control in the future, man. You see?
Yep, go on. And it says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their own power.
Yeah, they shall not regard the kings or princes, which
Yeah,
means they don't give a damn about who's in rulership. They don't give a damn about what the king says, what the president says, what the mayor says, what any fucking body says, man.
yeah,
They are fed up, and they are already telling you right now they are fed up with the way things are going in the governments, in the
yeah,
country. They're already telling you right now, and as of now, of course, World War III is popping off, but it's still quite peaceful, still
yeah,
quite calm.
yeah,
But we already have seen, like, in one day shit can go sideways, man.
exactly.
It can change in a matter of a few days, man. The whole
Yeah,
country can be upside down.
you saw that with the real Jews mandatory what is it called restrictions when it came with the restrictions for that 2019 thing. You saw it was from today to tomorrow. They said like, yeah, you're not allowed to go further than 20 kilometers.
Yep,
You're not allowed to go there. You have a curfew. You're not allowed to go into the shops. And it was from day to tomorrow. The whole world
yep,
was standing still. It didn't wasn't months and years that they prepped you for it. No, boom, you have this issue. This is a problem. Millions of people are dying. Done. You know,
yeah, man, exactly. And forgot my train of thought because I read
Mhm.
the comment of the
The
brother. He
comment.
said, "Calm before the storm." which is
Yeah.
right, man. This is just the calm before the storm, man. You understand? And
Exactly.
in Holland, what they did was they was fighting against the laws, the new laws that they wanted to push, because people said, where does it say in the law that I have to wear a face mask? Dutch people are fucked up. They go straight into the law. They say, where the fuck does it say I have to wear a face mask? You cannot force me to wear a face mask, man.
Yeah.
You understand? So they went to court against the government.
Yeah.
They went
Higher
to the
court.
courthouse with the government, man, and the
Mm.
government couldn't do anything. So they was quickly trying to change laws. They tried to extend
Yeah.
the time of the court case
Yeah.
until they changed the law. You understand? But guess what? These things we was already talking about it before it popped off. And guess
Yeah.
what? Our channels got terminated. Our videos got taken down and all kinds of shit. Because when truth comes out, they're trying to hide it because they don't want the truth to be spilled before they can take action. You know, because guess what? That's gonna prepare the people for things to come. Just like how those police officers in Germany were not prepared. You know, if
Yeah.
they would have known that, you know, the risk of terrorist attacks and stuff like that would go up, then they would have trained for it. But seeing they
Yeah.
didn't know, or they didn't know that shit like that actually happens, hey, they don't know what the hell to do, and cop died, man.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Stabbed him in the neck violently, man. Telling you.
Yeah.
That shit was
And
dead.
more
Yeah,
of
I'm
those
telling you,
things
like,
is gonna happen,
yeah.
man. People also got
Yeah.
stabbed for lack of food in the days of the C-19, man.
Yep.
People got
Exactly.
stabbed up
With toilet
because
paper
the
too.
for toilet paper because the supermarkets were empty, man.
Yeah.
People was
Exactly.
fighting over. You know how Black Friday is. You know
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when they
Yeah. Yeah.
fighting over this so-called discount TVs and shit like that. They fighting each other to
Yeah.
get the last product. That type of bullshit, man. That animal
Exactly.
type of behavior.
Yep. Good. Going back to Second Ezra 15 and 17, and it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Want to say
Yeah,
something on
man
that?
shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You
Yeah.
understand? Because and we've seen that also already, man.
Yeah.
Now, why are we summing up all these things? Because all these things go hand in hand. You understand? It's not only the draft, it's the checkpoints closing down the cities. Okay, but it's all gonna be chain reaction, so to speak. Okay, these things are gonna follow up one to another. Okay, it's gonna be a chain
Exactly.
reaction, man. Like when
Yeah.
these letters are out there for the draft, people gonna
Hmm.
flip. Okay, when when the letters come in,
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
economic collapse, if the currency falls,
Hmm.
okay, if the dollar falls, if the euro falls, and they force a digital currency upon the people are not be down with them, just like that. And if the police force, military force, whatever, is not getting paid, guess what? They ain't gonna do their duties, man. So it's gonna be everyone for himself.
Hmm. Yep.
Okay. So
Come.
it also speaks about that in Jeremiah actually.
What?
Yeah, go on and
Uh,
break it down.
um. Come. Verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." Exactly. Because this is what's going to happen. The people going to be afraid because they're going to see all these things going on, like we spoke about. You know, the military rolling up into the city. The people are going to be anxious. They're going to be, "Oh shit, what is going on? Military here." So it's going to bring fear into the people, and to the fear, um, what is it? The people are going to do also violent acts. to defend themselves. This is like animals in the corner, like a cat that you corner is going to go crazy. You understand? It's the same thing that people are going to do. But verse
Yeah.
19, and it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the house with the sword, and spoil the goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation."
Yeah, great tribulation and lack of bread, and also,
Yep.
like it said in the previous verses,
Yep.
that they should not regard their princes nor kings
Yep.
nor rulers. So if you don't regard your government, guess what? You're gonna do things that the government is not down with, man.
Hmm.
Violent acts, robbery, okay, groping females.
Yep.
All that shit is gonna happen, man. You had a city in Brazil which is called Espírito Santo. Believe it or
Yeah.
not, it's called the Holy
Ah,
Spirit.
yo,
Believe it or not.
crazy.
But what happened was the cops went on a strike. They said we ain't
Mm.
gonna work today, and it became known to the public. Yo,
Oh, yeah.
females got
Ravage.
humbled during broad daylight. People got chopped down by machetes. Okay, vehicles were lit on fire. It was basically the purge, man. It was basically the
Hmm.
purge. It was all chaos, man. Only because the cops said today we ain't gonna work, and then the military had to step in and they handled it.
That's crazy.
But what if this? That's one day. What if it goes on for weeks, months,
Yep.
years? Man,
Yep.
then you already know what it means. Why the scripture comes out and says, "Many days and years shall be ye be afflicted, daughters of
Hmm.
Zion." Okay,
You got
because
the, you want,
in the time of Jacob's trouble, they're gonna get fucked up, man. These
yeah.
females are gonna get fucked up. Men, in some to a certain degree, can fend for themselves, but females, man, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Give me Jeremiah 50 and 16.
I also got the scripture that you mentioned.
Okay, bring it out.
Isaiah 32 and 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, man, the vintage is going to fail, man. The stability of this government is failing, man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna see
Um,
all the lavish lifestyles no more. You're gonna be dirty, man. Your pussy gonna
yeah.
stink even more because they already stink, but it's gonna stink
Yeah.
even more, man. Because you ain't gonna be able to wash yourself. There's gonna be no running water. Okay, it's
Yeah.
gonna be survival of the fittest, man. And ain't no
Yeah.
Lara Croft around here, man. Ain't no Hunger Games, Lara Croft type of bullshit going on, man. Okay,
Yeah.
don't believe these movies, man. It's fiction. Ain't no woman
It's
king around
fiction.
here, man. You're gonna get
Yeah.
your ass
Yeah.
fucked up. You're gonna be laid flat on your belly. That's what's gonna happen in the time of war.
Mhm.
Okay?
Um, so okay, you wanted
Yeah.
Jeremiah what?
50 and 16.
And I also got two precepts for you concerning Jacob's trouble, if you
Yeah.
want that. But this is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 16. It says, "Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land."
Yeah, man. So people are gonna retreat, man. People are gonna turn back and look for safety for fear of the oppressing sword, man. Which the oppressing sword is gonna be martial law, man. The military coming into the places and trying to seize control over the people, man, with
Precept?
checkpoints and all kinds of things, man. That's why it says, also in that scripture in Ezra, it said, people shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able.
Yeah.
Blockages, checkpoints, these type of
We
things
had that.
gonna,
We had
yeah,
that
man.
over here. I remember I was driving to the brother when he was living in the further city away, and I was chilling there. And then before the curfew started, I came back to my town. Police was checking me, man, because there's only one bridge that led to my town from the highway. And then I had to go over it. They said, like, where was you? I said, like, yeah, there and then. And then the first thing they asked me is if I did some drugs or something. But the point of the matter is, yeah, instantly. They didn't ask me for my license. They didn't ask me for my registration of the car, just if I did some drugs and stuff like that. But that's besides the point. The point is that they had a checkpoint right there. I could not go around it. I tried to pass it. I went other ways, but it was the only way to the city, you know? So that's what they're gonna do, man. And this was just a police force. So now imagine military. Military pull you out of
Yep.
the car, check the vehicle, all the things, man. You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And guess what? This was a nice way of doing it. But do you really
exactly.
think that the military police in those days are gonna treat you nicely, man? Do you
Yeah,
really
no
think they're
mercy.
gonna come with the nice treatment, the soft treatment? Nah, man. Men, females, children, you know, elderly people, they're gonna toss you. They're gonna pull you out of the car by your hair, man,
Yeah,
and you're gonna be at
exactly.
gunpoint, questioned. Okay, and just like what you see in the movie, to bring it back to the point of the draft, like what
Hmm.
you see in that movie, Dracula.
Hmm.
Okay, guess what? No, not guess what. The Ottoman Empire came to take the children from that area of where's Dracula at again? Hungary, I think,
Wasn't Romania?
Romania. So
Yeah.
the Ottoman Empire, which are the Turks, Amalek, they came to Romania to gather up children for the military.
Hmm.
And then the son of the king and stuff like that had to be drafted, for the Turkish military, and they was like, man, we don't want to do this, man.
Hmm.
And guess what? Then the man grabbed his sword and cut down everyone. And what happened after? The Turkish dude said, "Now you fucked up, man. This is an act of war. You
Yeah.
understand?" So, man, to wrap it up, man, to how they're checking already in the minds of the people concerning the
Hmm.
draft and stuff like that, it's all to prepare themselves mentally
Yeah.
concerning how people are gonna move, how people are gonna act if they have to be prepared to go to war with their own people, man.
Hmm.
And that's gonna be the
Exactly.
case. Prophecy speaks about it, okay, and their analysis speaks about it. The way they check with the people, it all
Yeah,
points the same direction, man.
exactly. So, also got Nehum concerning the martial law, if you want that.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Nehum chapter 3, verse 2. It says, um, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of wheels and of the panting of horses and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there's none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses.
Yeah, man. So, what did it say? The rattling wheels.
Yeah, it said the noise of a whip, the noise of rattling of the wheels, and prancing horses. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it said the bright sword and the glittering spear.
With the guns, man. They're gonna
Yeah,
try and control the people, but a lot of people gonna die, man.
yeah,
Especially Jake, man. Jake too wild, man. Jake
yeah,
too wild for the times to come, man.
yeah.
And like I oftentimes speak about summary execution, man. Esau
Hmm.
is not going to play around, man. Esau just gonna shoot you in your head and be gone, man. They want you dead already.
Yeah,
So what holds them back from shooting you in the head in the time of martial law? Nothing holds them back, man.
exactly.
You also on a list. If you don't want to join the military in the draft, you on a list, man.
Yeah,
You on a list of I'll call that wanted list,
yeah. I wanted
dead
to.
or alive.
Yeah,
Dead or alive, man. And guess what? The
yeah.
outcome is gonna be dead.
Yeah,
See, so crazy times up ahead, and hey, you know, it's only a
exactly.
matter of time, man, because war is breaking out. Okay, the
Yeah,
vintage shall fail. The way that you see life right now, man, is gonna end at a certain point, man. It's gonna
yeah,
stop, and um, how you say it? The people gonna rise up, man. Take measures in their own hands. All
yeah.
right. So yeah,
Go on.
man.
And like Scripture also said, the love of many shall wax cold, man. You know, there ain't gonna be no mercy in the times to come because the military just gonna be like, we're gonna execute what we've been told, and the people and the resistance gonna say like, we're gonna fight for our freedom. So the love of many gonna be gone. That compassion that you expect of your neighbor gonna be completely annihilated, man. You know, not existent. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. Gone. So with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh,
Yeah.
Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.